la composante militaire, eh bien, il s'agit, compte tenu de l'évolution sur le terrain, des dynamiques qui ont changé, avec des avances significatives du M23 soutenu par les forces de défense rwandaises, même s'il continue d'y avoir des affrontements significatifs à Goma. La priorité ou les priorités sont d'abord de protéger nos collègues des Nations Unies. Je vous rappelle, y compris les actions consistant à faciliter la relocalisation de très nombreux personnels internationaux et nationaux. Protéger également les différentes installations, les enceintes des Nations Unies, ce qui est important à un double titre. D'abord parce que c'est notre devoir également, ça fait partie de notre mandat, mais aussi parce qu'il y a de très très nombreuses personnes qui ont trouvé refuge dans les différentes installations, les différentes enceintes de la MONUSCO. Je l'ai dit tout à l'heure, à la fois des civils, mais aussi des combattants des armées. Nous avons, en conformité avec le droit international humanitaire, la responsabilité de protéger ces personnes, et cela fait peser sur la MONUSCO, sur nos collègues, une très forte pression. Peut-être sur la seconde question, les efforts diplomatiques. Nous avons toujours été en contact avec le Rwanda, la République démocratique du Congo, les autres pays et partenaires impliqués, y compris ceux qui sont mis en avant avec beaucoup d'énergie et de détermination dans le soutien aux efforts diplomatiques. Et bien sûr, nous continuons à le faire. Je dirais que c'est d'autant plus important que, comme je le disais tout à l'heure, il est essentiel de parvenir à une cessation des hostilités, à éviter des pertes de vies humaines additionnelles dans un contexte déjà très très détérioré et un contexte qui est rappelé par Bruno le Marquis. Autrement, oui, l'engagement des Nations Unies dans le effort diplomatique se suit très très activement.
Let's go to
Par rapport à la troisième question.
Yeah. Allez-y.
Donc le personnel civil des Nations Unies est composé donc du personnel civil de la MONUSCO et également du personnel civil des agences, fonds et programmes des Nations Unies qui opèrent à Goma. Donc nous sommes en train de réduire notre empreinte sur terrain en réduisant le nombre de staff qui n'est pas absolument critique, dont les fonctions peuvent être conduites d'ailleurs qu'à Goma, pour ne garder que le personnel absolument critique pour des activités telles que, du côté de la MONUSCO par exemple, l'appui à la force militaire, à la composante militaire, la protection des civils et également tout ce qui est l'assistance humanitaire pour sauver des vies. Merci.
Ça représente combien de personnes, Monsieur le Marquis, tout ça?
Bon, je ne vais pas partager les chiffres ici. Nous réduisons très significativement notre présence à Goma pour ne garder que les gens dont on a absolument besoin dans cette période difficile.
Oui, mais on a besoin d'avoir une idée de combien vous estimez qui est vraiment personnel critique. Est-ce que c'est 15% de la MONUSCO? Est-ce que c'est 10% de la MONUSCO? Est-ce que c'est plus? Alors,
je ne parle pas de MONUSCO, je parle de tout le personnel civil des Nations Unies. Donc, je vais donner deux chiffres. Nous avions 1700 civils au total. Voilà. Et je ne sais pas à la fin combien on va garder de personnes, puisque en fonction de l'évolution de la situation et de l'élévation du niveau du risque, ce qui est en train de se passer actuellement, on redéfinit petit à petit ce qu'on appelle une fonction absolument critique.
Et est-ce que vous pouvez nous dire où est-ce qu'ils sont en ce moment? Parce que je pense que Monsieur Lacroix l'a dit en anglais tout à l'heure, qu'ils étaient à la fois sur une base et à la fois à Kinshasa. Est-ce que vous pouvez nous donner des détails en français, s'il vous plaît?
Alors, le personnel, pour l'instant, est amené, en tout cas, il est canalisé par la base à Entebbe, donc en Ouganda, qui est la base opérationnelle des Nations Unies. Et le personnel, une partie du personnel également est amené à Kinshasa.
Merci beaucoup.
Like that these questions, so the first questions was one that had been asked in English about what is MONUSCO actually doing right now. So that question had been answered in English. Second one that Mr. Lacroix answered was about diplomatic dialogue. And the third one was about personnel and what is happening to UN personnel. Maybe, Bruno, if you can just quickly summarize that answer that you gave in French and English for the benefit of everyone. We unfortunately didn't manage to have interpretation. So if you can just summarize that in English briefly.
So we are currently in the process of reducing the number of UN civilian personnel, both from MONUSCO and UN agencies. So we are moving out of the country non-essential personnel. We keep personnel working on critical tasks such as operational support to the force, the MONUSCO force, protection of civilians, and the provision of humanitarian assistance. Those personnel are brought to Entebbe or through Entebbe in Uganda, which is a large UN operational base, and to Kinshasa, the DRC capital.
Thank you. Let me come back to the room. Stefano had a question. Iftikhar, after.
Yes, for Monsieur Lacroix. What do you expect the Security Council to do now that it still hasn't done it?
Thank you very much. Well, obviously, the Security Council involvement in this very critical situation is important, is very important. And, it is not for me to dictate or to to prescribe to the Council what it needs to do, but what I can tell you is that a continuous engagement of the Security Council at this particular moment is really important, because there needs to be very, very significant efforts, including by the Security Council, so that there be an end to the current fighting, and again, so that lives can be saved. There has been already too many losses of life and too much by way of disastrous humanitarian impact.
Sir?
Thank you, Mr. Lacroix. Iftikhar Ali from Associated Press of Pakistan. Do you agree with the view, and it was expressed in the Security Council yesterday, that withdrawal of UN peacekeepers from South Kivu was a bad idea?
Thank you very much. Since you are asking a question as a national from a true contributing country, and an important one, and one that is contributing troops to MONUSCO, I want to say that we really admire the resilience, the fortitude, the determination and commitment of our peacekeepers, the men and women who are serving at MONUSCO. And I want to extend this expression of gratitude to the true contributing countries. It's very challenging for our peacekeepers, and of course it is very challenging for our true contributing countries. And I really thank them for their support. I've been in touch with several ambassadors from true contributing countries. We've been discussing issues, including issues having to do with the current situation, and of course, we are doing our best to make sure that peacekeepers are protected. They are, in turn, doing their best to continue doing what is possible and necessary at this time, including, as I indicated, protecting many civilians, particularly those who are currently seeking shelter in the various bases and camps of MONUSCO. Now, in terms of the issue of South Kivu, the disengagement from South Kivu, as I indicated earlier, was provided for in the disengagement plan that was agreed between the government of the DRC and MONUSCO. And therefore, we basically proceeded on that basis. It was the result of very detailed and substantial discussion with the authorities of the DRC at that time, and of course we look forward to South Kivu resisting the impact or not being affected by what is currently happening in North Kivu. It is, and it was always very important to make sure that there would be redeployment of state capacities of the DRC, the security forces, the armed forces, and the civilian element of the state in South Kivu, as we had done in many other provinces, because I would recall that MONUSCO used to be present in many more provinces in the DRC. It withdrew gradually from those provinces, and currently most of these provinces are actually, in much better shape. I mean, and not facing a significantly challenging security situation. Now, in the case of South Kivu, it is neighboring the province of Kivu, which is currently affected by this evolution. I think it's critically important that there should be no spillover, and this is why it is, I repeat, critically important to bring about cessation of hostility in and around Goma and Sake. Thank you, and in the whole of North Kivu.
And I will take one final question online from Abdel Hamid. Then we will wrap up.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the briefers. My name is Abdel Hamid Sayam from the Arabic daily Al-Quds Al-Arabi. I was wondering about the role, if any, of the African Union. Normally they have a council of elders who rush to mediate when there is conflict. Is the African Union playing any mediation role in the conflict in Goma? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, African Union is obviously a very, very important partner and in all peace efforts. And we believe that the recent announcement of an upcoming meeting of the AU Peace and Security Council is very important. We look forward to further engagement by the African Union in the efforts that are currently being made with a view to bringing about a cessation of hostilities. So we count on the AU's involvement in those efforts. We need, as I was indicated, all hands on deck to support these diplomatic efforts.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much to our two guests. Thank you, Jean-Pierre Lacroix, the Undersecretary General for Peace Operations, and thank you, Bruno Lemarquis, who is the Deputy Special Representative of the Secretary General to the Peacekeeping Mission in the DRC, Resident and Humanitarian Coordinator. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today, and we will continue to update you on the situation, I think, every day in the coming days. Thank you so much, everyone. And Stephane is coming. Thank you.
Don't tell Steph who we are.
How long will it take him to arrive? He's coming in a few minutes. Let's see. No, I'm okay. Okay, if you want to go ahead.
I can see the sleep. Really? Oh,